dental plan that can be made on our website. So you can also add family to your plans. You can add spouse or children. You just need to fill out the family add-on form, and the deadline to do that is September 30th. You would need them to add them to the emergency insurance, and then you can add them to the health and dental if you'd like. So the Nova Scotia Health Card, or MSI, is the provincial health care here in Nova Scotia. It has comparable coverage to the emergency health insurance plan. If you do have an MSI card, you can opt out of our emergency health insurance plan. You would need to submit an opt-out form online by October 15th. If you have questions to confirm your eligibility, you could contact MSI directly. And yes, so as I mentioned, October 15th, it's the international opt-out form. It'll ask you to upload a picture of your MSI card, and that's available on mystudentplan.ca. Yes, so mystudentplan.ca will have all of your insurance information, coverage details, all the forms I mentioned. This is my office number, and you can always reach me by email at nsccplan@mystudentplan.ca. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, Caitlin. So helpful information. So there's usually a lot. So you guys, any questions? I know you guys are, you paid your tuition August 6th, and so on that you said like 902 is for the insurance. So this is what Caitlin is talking about, and there's a lot of questions about like the MSI. What's the difference between the emergency plan and dental that we have covered, and then the MSI? Can you explain the difference, Caitlin?
Between MSI and the emergency insurance?
Yeah, so a lot of people, students ask, like, when can I get MSI? And then, and then when can they, after the student plan kind of covers them, and then when can they apply for MSI, stuff like that?
Yeah, so it does depend on the type of visa you have. I believe if you have a student visa, you can apply for MSI once you've been in Nova Scotia for 13 consecutive months. And then if you have a work permit or your spouse has a work permit, you would be able to apply right away, I believe. And yes, so the emergency health insurance plan and the MSI plan have very similar coverage. It's just a replacement option until you're eligible.
Thank you, Caitlin. So just to iterate what Caitlin is saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Caitlin. So basically, I'm an international student too. So for example, the MSI is the provincial healthcare system, right? So then basically the card that will cover. But for that, it is, in order for you to get that, you need to wait 13 months, right? So I don't have a husband or a kid. So then I have to wait until I'm in Nova Scotia for 13 months, and I can apply for MSI, which is like your a provincial or like health card. And then but then I can't have insurance until 13 months. So then therefore you pay for your emergency and dental. That's $902 that you have paid. So with that, you're waiting. But however, the questions ask, like the students ask, but then I have, how come some people can get MSI right away, and how come some people have to wait? It's because those students that applied right away, my friend Jen, she's going to do the fun section today. She has a husband who, when you have a study permit, you have a husband and a wife that comes with you, they will get a work permit, right? Open work permit, not your co-op work permit. So those people can get MSI right away. So therefore, because her husband can get MSI right away and applied for it, basically, Jen could get it. So that's the difference. So if you have a partner or whatever that has a work permit, open work that came with you, then you can apply for MSI. But that takes a bit of while, right? So like to apply for it, and then it mailed to you and all that. That's however many days it takes. You're not covered, so you still have you should have some sort of insurance until you literally get the MSI card. So that's the question. Okay, we have lots of questions starting, so I'm going to start. Since I can go without being emergency on the EHI and the dental plan, how have to know where to go? Can I go anywhere on the hospital?
Yes, so there is a list on our website of hospitals and clinic, but yes, any walk-in clinic in your area or the hospital in your area you could go to.
That's great. So anything they can go and show their EHI, the insurance card then, yes?
Yeah, just make sure to give that number a call before you
Okay,
go.
so call before you go. Okay, that's a
Yes.
really good information. Thank you. What about have to do the direct billing?
Oh, what's sorry?
Have to do direct billing. There is an option of direct billing or submitting for reimbursement. How to do the direct billing?
Yes, so the direct billing is if you if they are, it depends on the clinic if they're able to. Some aren't set up to direct bill, but in the case that they are, you would show the benefits card. They would direct bill the charges, and then you would pay any difference that's not covered.
Okay, so if I should ask them when I go, then do you have a direct billing? This is my insurance, and if they can do it, they will be charged automatically to the insurance company, and then I will change pay for the difference. But if they don't, I pay, and then I go through the claim process, right?
Yes, so if you have to pay for the whole thing, you can just hold on to your receipt and make the claim online.
Okay, sounds good. When does the MSH will email my insurance if I already paid my tuition?
Yes, so we're just waiting for the final lists to enroll all of the students. So it should be within the first week of September, if not the second.
Okay, so wait for September. A lot of students was emailing me asking me about that. So, but for Caitlin, off topic, for scholarship and SRPB students, they do need the information. Yes, please send that to it separately. Another student asking if I have MSI, I can opt out of my EHI, but still can add my family on the health and dental plan, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So if you're opting out of EHI, you would just submit that international opt-out form, and then you would submit a family add-on form, only adding them to health and dental.
Okay, so they still can have health and dental with the company, which is MS8, right? Our company is insurance company for the students.
Yes, for the emergency plan, it's MSH. For the health and dental, it's Canada Life.
Canada Life. Okay, so they can still get their family added in Canada Life. Okay, Rosia. Yes. Health insurance card will be given along with student ID and UPass.
No, so the health card is separate.
So health card, just like Caitlin, good question. Caitlin, the insurance company will email you first week of September or second week of September. So just wait until, if you haven't, just let us know. But for your student ID and UPass, I'm going to keep that a questions. So our advisor can answer later. McLean, 13 months in a row, no vacation back home country. Okay, yeah, that's Jenny is so good. Yeah, 13 months in a row in Nova Scotia to be eligible for MSI. If you just vacate or go home, but if you go back home, it doesn't work. So that's a great note. Thank you, Jenny. So if my partner already has MSI because of work permit, I can get money back?
Yes. So if you're added to your partner's MSI as well, and you have your own MSI card, you can opt out with that.
So opt out meaning that they're asking money back, meaning like the night. But what if it's like Caitlin? What if it's like they opt out like way later or whatever? What happens?
Oh, I see. Yes. So you do have till October 15th to opt out of the emergency plan. So say you opted out October 14th, you would get a credit on your student account for the emergency insurance fee, but the health and dental fee would remain on your account unless you've already paid it.
Hi, Kate. It's Jenny.
Yeah.
It's not. Is it September 30th or October 15th? I don't question your knowledge. I just remember September 30th.
Yes, so the September 30th deadline is for the domestic opt-out and for the family add-on form. But for the emergency opt-out, is October 15th.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you. And just to clarify for Irene's question, this is a good question. So basically, if she opts out within the deadline because she has, her partner has an MSI, she would get reimbursed of the whatever she paid for the emergency insurance. But for the dental, will she get reimbursed or no?
No, not unless she has her own health and dental insurance.
Okay, and if she shows that she does have a dental, can she get reimbursed or no?
Yes. So, so some international students through their spouse or through work or something can have their own health and dental. If they do, they can opt out of the health and dental plan as well. That would be on the same part on our website, but it's just called opt-out form. But the deadline for that one would be September 30th.
Okay, great. Jenny?
Hi, I do remember for those who opt out of the EHI, that's the one that's very similar to MSI. I'm quite sure, Caitlin, you can confirm this, but there is a small portion that is retained, something like $50, and that is the repatriation fee. So, heaven forbid, a terrible accident or something happens where we need to bring your body back to home country. It is covered under that insurance. So that, I think it's about $50. So when you opt out, you'll get everything back except that small amount, because MSI does not cover repatriation fees, but the insurance does. So when you look, so if you paid, say, exactly, I don't know the numbers, but if you paid exactly $500, you would get 450 returned. That small portion is retained in case the unimaginable happens.
Which is great as well. So you guys, the MSI, EHI, and dental. So since if you don't have MSI, EHI, and dental, you should have it. And then if you are applying for MSI because your husband or wife have a work permit, open work permit, and apply for MSI, that doesn't mean you're covered. So just make sure you get the card literally physically, and then you can literally opt out. So, but to get reimbursement, just the deadline is important. So do it within the deadline, and your emergency one can be the money you can get back. But then for the dental, you have to also show that you have a dental, and to be as an international student, the EHI and the dental one, I mean, compared to other insurance companies, it's pretty good deal. And so I would highly recommend it. You won't find any like a high coverage that is so student friendly with other companies. So, but if you do for whatever work, then just know the deadlines, look online and do all those. Okay, when is the deadline to opt out of EHI again?
To opt out of EHI is October 15th.
October 15th. Caitlin, can you write down the key deadlines on the online, on the chat so they kind of know? And is it possible to have like the key information or one pager or stuff like that from the insurance key, like one pager or the PPT for the students that attended today?
Yeah, I can send you the PowerPoint.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
When and how do we get the student ID and UPass? Okay, so all right, I'm gonna, because I know Caitlin's so busy, and even she even helped me with student insurance and stuff yesterday when she was off work. So really appreciate you, Caitlin, for like literally helping us through vacations and just being there for all of our crazy questions. So guys, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to write any insurance claim or any information questions, write it down. If not, I'm gonna open the floor to random questions such as student ID, calendar, immigration. So Caitlin doesn't have to be, tied down on our minutes. So, all right. So I'm gonna open the. If you don't guys have any insurance, like questions about insurance, I'm gonna close it. And can our advisors and housing experts, immigration experts come online with your camera on? Introduce yourself. Thank you, Caitlin. And
no
we will do just Q&A.
Hi, I'm Jenny McLean. I'm your International Student Advisor for IT Campus in Halifax and Akerley Campus in Dartmouth.
And hello, everyone. I am Ilaria Peavy. Was today on a webinar about transportation. So maybe you remember me from this morning. Housing and Arrival Coordinator, and I don't know if there's anybody else in terms of advisors that want to introduce themselves. If it's only us, I think I know the answer. So when and how do we get the student ID and our UPass? So I'm just going to basically read from our website. So there's an explanation about how the UPass how it works, and it allows you, first of all, to use any public transit for the entire duration of your semester. It's of the academic year, I should say. It's $183, okay? And then how do you get it? So once you have your student ID card, you visit one of the 3 Metro campuses, so the business offices at Ivany, Akerley or IT campus, to have your UPass sticker applied. And stickers will be available for distribution beginning August 23rd. So I'm just literally going to copy and paste this link. If maybe Jenny
I think
did
I've done it already, my love.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else that we can add to this.
There is no Metro Pass for the rural campuses.
No.
It's because of just distance. Nova Scotia is very large. If you apply for your student card online, and you are eligible for the bus pass, it will be ready for you for pickup, usually at the business office or at the front desk of your campus. And they will have put on there and activated your library barcode, as well as your student UPass. When you pick it up from the Metro campuses for the UPass, just take a look at it. It'll have a shiny sticker on the front, and that will be your student card. That is your bus pass. It will also be your library card. Don't lose it. It's a very important piece of plastic. Also, what I like to always promote with my students is that it is also your student discount card.
Yes.
So anytime you spend money, always ask for a student discount or a student rate. And there are many shops, many stores, many restaurants that offer discounts. So Air Canada may offer a discount for you. Walmart does not. Nova Scotia Power Corporation does not. But some insurance companies do if you're looking to insure, say, a vehicle, or you're looking to get internet coverage for your home or for your cell phone. Some shoe stores will, most restaurants will. But my rule is always ask for a student discount or student rate. Saving money is good. Oh, and also, yes, Ilaria, yes. Superstore and Sobeys, 10% on Tuesdays for students. Now, not on regulated industry. So gasoline, no. Medical prescriptions, no. Liquid white milk, no. Lottery tickets, no. There may be another one. But on all your other groceries and tinfoil and soup, no problem. So if you're buying just apples, oranges, and meat, that you're going to cook at home, you get an additional 10% discount. It's a good deal. And there's another shop in town called Bulk Barn. And Bulk Barn, you will find, this is in Halifax, Dartmouth for sure, and I think in some of the other centres across the province, say in Port Hawkesbury or in the Valley at Kingstech. This is a shop where you can find most of the spices that you're looking for. It's a dry goods store. And they offer discounts on Wednesdays. And that's the day that it's a good day to shop there.
And I would say it really adds up. I remember when I was a student, so make a habit of try to organize your groceries and just go on the Tuesday, because if you have a huge bill, let's say $100 bill for the week, just to say, imagine it's $10 you're saving every week, and so at the end of the month is $40. At the end of the year it's a lot more. I'm not good in math, but I mean, I remember it's a lot more. So please really try to make a habit for this. Every little helps, really.
Perfect. Yeah, when I was an international student in Switzerland, food was so expensive. We would go to France, take the train or drive to France to buy groceries, because as a student, it's usually our biggest bill. It's our biggest expense. So if you can save there, please do. Yeah.
And it's $480 that you will be saving in a year if you do that, just considering $10. So on a grocery there is maybe $100. So it's a lot.
So I sent you guys the list of check out the Student Association website where there's all the discounts at each campus and all around. So just check that list out and it'll help you. And the Anand Haraj, just as Jenny said, your student ID and UPass will be mailed to you stickers. But if you're from Truro, like those non-metro campus such as me, you will just get a student ID instead of the Halifax Metro, because we're we're not in Halifax, we're in Truro, right? Okay. And for those asking for recording, yes, we have all the recording. We'll send it out. Always use your like NSCC email. So if you're not receiving, because you guys are quarantining and we want to make sure you plug into this, we're sending you to your personal email, all your calendar invites, all your reminders. But we will be stop using your personal email soon. We'll be sending all to your NSCC email. So start using NSCC email. All the recording will send it to your NSCC email. So if you missed the previous session, don't worry. And previous recordings will be sent out. Okay. Car insurance, sometimes you can say, okay, any other questions, you guys? You guys can ask any questions. There's no like scope, so you can ask anything.
Will it get cold in Halifax? Yes, that's the answer. So today may be very warm. You may be struggling to stay cool, but I promise, cross my heart, I promise it will get cold. So if you need help or assistance looking for appropriate clothing, if you come from a country where it's usually very, very warm, or a different kind of cold, please approach your international advisor or your student services advisor for your program, and we will be more than helpful, more than happy to help you choose something that's appropriate for the weather here. So a thick jacket doesn't always mean a warm jacket, etc. And boots are essential. So yeah, and Ilaria knows best.
we will have a webinar, I think, to prepare students, and it's usually one when I show, because I walk everywhere. I love walking, and I show all my clothes and all I spray like, look, you have to have something is waterproof and something. So it will be useful. But just to say, you can always buy clothing that are secondhand. It's not something where I come from, but it's really something that you do. It's looked like a bit of it's a bit of a stigma. Why should I buy? But I actually find that you can get amazing deals and stuff that really will keep you warm, just that people don't want any longer, and they're in fantastic shape and just much cheaper. So we will talk about that in webinars as well.
Yeah, I have a great saying. It's called cheap is good, free is better.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's awesome. How can I get my student ID? What are the steps?
I think you still require it like online, Jenny. Am I wrong? Like you apply, there's a form that you have to fill out, and then it gives you some information about how to take a picture. That needs to be of a specific way. Like you can't just be looking at it. Like it needs to be a specific ID picture, and then you apply, and then you receive it. I'm going to find the right link though, but I'm quite sure that this is the way.
Yeah, you can use the link that we've put in the chat, or when you have an opportunity, you can go to your campus, and if there's no lineup, you can see who on your campus does the student IDs, and of course you can get it done on campus as well. We encourage you to use the online form because of lineups and congestion.
Yes.
Okay, I have my hello. If I ask to have my student ID mailed to me, how long should it take to arrive? I live in South Halifax. How long does it take?
Are they being mailed, or you can probably just pick it up? I could be wrong, but I think you just...
Yes, some students have been asking for them to be mailed because they're still in quarantine. But at this stage, I think it's best that you pick them up on campus, because your address where you're quarantining may not be your address in 1 week, and the postal service can have some delay. So just please request to pick them up on campus. Yeah.
Got it. Any suggestion for the best bet to find accommodation, as I'm in Halifax and hunting for accommodation?
Look, at this point, if you can use Homestay through Canada Homestay Network, which is the company we've been working with, I would say it would be good because they really support, like they have a list of families that are participating families, and so it will be easy for you to be placed. I understand that there's a fee that you have to pay for this to happen, so for the screening and the vetting, but at least it would be a company that really supports in terms of looking. Otherwise, look on Places for Students. Sometimes we have new listings. Look on Kijiji, look on Facebook, ask your friends. Please, I just really want to reiterate this. Watch the webinars that we've done over the summer, because some students very recently asked me some support for what they were thinking was a rental scam, and rental scams are real. And there are so many people out there that they know that you're struggling with housing. They know that you're an international student, that you're not very familiar with the rules. And so if this student hadn't reached out to me and say, I think this is a rental scam, and if they hadn't watched the webinars and so on, they would have been a really, really high risk of losing a lot of money. So it's difficult. Everybody knows it's difficult. I don't want to terrify you, but I want you to be aware that there are great people out there, but there are also really dishonest people that use the housing crisis. So I would just say, keep looking. Don't be discouraged. You will probably find something, but it's going to take you longer than usual. So have your Airbnb or hotel booked for as long as you can. I know it's not easy, but keep looking, ask your friends, use social media, and again, Canada Homestay Network if you can. Watch the webinars, use Kijiji, and keep looking. It will take time though. And also have your documents ready in a way that when you're applying as a student, you have a co-signer, somebody that can also sign with you, that you're proving that you have enough money, because it's so competitive that you don't want your application to be automatically, put aside because you're not applying with the right thing. So I can include some resources in the chat as well.
And if I may, many people are very used to looking at the place. Oh, that looks like nice. Maybe I'll go tomorrow to take a look at it. These days, I think Ilaria can confirm, if you can do like a quick video tour with somebody, but to make a decision quickly will help your prospects, because there's so few places available. To be able to quickly move on a decision is key.
Yes, and I see there's also another company, there is Van Sweet Home. Sorry, I didn't want to mess up with the order. I will not say anything until we get to that question. Sorry.
Great. Could you please provide the number of Pfizer vaccine appointment? Thank you. So I just sent the link. If you don't have MSI, you can book your appointment and by calling. And however, Rosia, please follow I just put the link to our Facebook and Instagram. So we put literally all this information on our social medias and we update it. So we put this huge poster where you could just click and then you'll go to the correct link to book it by your nearby address and your age. And then if you don't have MSI card, then you can just call and schedule and you can see the data of what the COVID vaccine near your place and stuff like that. So please follow on our social medias because those are the key information students just share with each other, the closest, fastest way to get vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so we did put the number, but please keep up with our social medias because we put a lot of information like that. Second question is very useful. I need to learn about appropriate clothing to use here. Okay, we just said that, so thank you. Out of the syllabus kind of cues, but does the college provide pickup service from airport? Do we provide pickup service?
No, and especially because with quarantine protocols, we can't really do this pickup. So you have to either book a taxi and so have safe transportation this way, or you might, in some cases, and if you're respecting all the rules in place, have somebody picking you up. It has been allowed by the province, but again, mask is on, no hugs. I find it really difficult if somebody that you know and you haven't seen for a while having somebody picking you up, but it's the same rule that you will have with the taxi driver picking you up. I can put something in like a link in the in here as well, so that you can see that there's a couple of taxi companies we've been working with that are offering some discounts to students. So this could be done as well. Perfect.
And Rosia said, Ilaria, you have to give us all the points for clothing. Yes.
Oh, yes. I walk everywhere. Even when it's -20, I just go out for a walk. But you need to be prepared or you freeze. I will definitely do my best in the webinar. Yes.
Awesome. I applied for my student ID before I left Japan, and I still haven't received it now. I'm in Canada.
It's likely at your campus. Please contact your local campus, the one that you're attached to, and inquire if it's there. Or when you're ready to go to campus, ask at the business office.
And Jen, can you send the link like at NSCC's website, all the student service, the phone numbers are there. And sometimes I just call the student service number and they're so helpful. I think it's a student helping students, so I don't know. But anyway, they literally walk me through all like randomest things. So please just call if you're in Canada, it's easier, just call the student service and phone number, and they literally say, oh yeah, it's here, it's not. And so those are really helpful, so call since you're in Canada. Okay, next question is, I'm still confused about the insurance that international students covered. I started NSCC from fall 2020, but I studied online from the previous year. I'm coming to Halifax this September, so this is my first time. So my question is, the tuition is included with EHI, am I correct? And I need to stay in Halifax for 13 months to get the MSI, and to activate EHI, I need to register my information on Canada Life, correct?
Yeah, as I understand it, I'm not the insurance expert, but yes, even though you studied online last year, you need to be a resident of the province for your 13th month, so into your 13th month. So yes, it is included in your tuition. It's all included in your tuition. You don't need to register. Everything is there. What you do need to do is print those 2 cards. So one is at mystudentplan.ca and the other one will be in your private email shortly with, in the month of September. And if you print those 2 cards, you're all set. We do the registering for you. We have your information. We share it with the insurance company. And yeah, just make sure your address is up to date with us. Log on to your My NSCC, and when you have a new address, when you're out of quarantine or you're here and you have a permanent address, update us right away, because not only is it the address we're going to share with the insurance company, it's also the address we use to send your diploma. So please make sure that your address is always up to date with us.
Great. And Van, I have the exact same situation as you. I'm from Mongolia. So I studied online last year from home, and I'm in Canada now. So basically, to answer your questions, so this is your first year, so your insurance is not included in your tuition. But however, when the payment at your My NSCC, the payment that you're doing, if you see the breakdown, you will see that $902 for insurance, that includes your EHI, emergency one, and the dental. That's total, right? And then your tuition, and your student fee, like tuition fees, blah, 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 all this added up, and you pay something, right? So no, it's not part of your tuition, but however, when they bill you, say pay your tuition on time, it is included on all the fees, all the insurance and stuff. So you will be covered. And for the MSI is like, since I just arrived, my online studying last year is not going to count because I was not physically in Nova Scotia. So it started when I arrived. So I'm going to wait 13 months and then I can apply for MSI, which is the provincial insurance. So until then, I have to have EHI and dental, which is a good deal anyway. And then for the registration for the Canada Life, that's the dental insurance company, right? So then for that, you already basically, as long as you paid your tuition, the insurance company is going to send you this kind of card via email. And also, I think they mail it to you, but I didn't get the mail, but because I was, anyway, so they will send you like the name and what you covered, all that information via email. So if you don't, then the NSCC student plan, this Caitlin lady, you need to email her, remind her to send it to you so you have that information. So you don't have to register. As long as you paid your tuition and you paid the $902, then you already covered your dental and emergency. So I still have EHI, the emergency one, and the dental now until I can get MSI. So yeah, or until, yeah, anyway, so that's hopefully that answered your question. I hired Van Sweet Home to help me find a place to rent. I recommend, they're great. Wow, that's great. Is it required to get? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just to say, it's a company that supports you to find housing. It's also on our website. They will just tell them that you are an NSCC student because it will give you a discount on the fee. Because of course they ask for a fee because they're doing all the work for you. They're looking for housing. So just wanted to say that.
Great. Is it required to get vaccinated before starting school?
As of today, it isn't. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, I would say. It's recommended, but it's not mandatory. So
Okay. It is not
Jenny,
Okay.
yes.
Sorry, I'm just like, because in 142, I just want to get
Okay, yes.
covered the
So not for
quickly
now,
go
yes.
through. Yeah. And we, is it mandatory? It is not mandatory to quarantine if you're already fully vaccinated in Canada itself, right?
Correct. So if you're already leaving Canada, but not if you're transferring for the port of entry, that doesn't count. So if you are already in Canada, moving from a different province and you're fully vaccinated, you do not have to quarantine. Correct.
Okay. Now that we have caught up, so you guys can talk about the, do I have to be vaccinated to go to school? Is it mandatory?
Not for now, but we'll need to see how things are going to be evolved, because I know that some institutions are deciding that you have to be fully vaccinated if you want to have access to, for example, residencies or some services on campus. So I'm saying as of today, it doesn't look like it's the case, but obviously as the situation evolves, we'll do what is necessary. So it might change. Sure.
And also, as things change, be aware and do read the entire article, or do get all of your information, because some of these may be mandatory that it be an approved vaccine in Canada. So if you have Sinovac and you are fully vaccinated in your home country, it may not count as fully vaccinated here. So stay on top of all of the information that is sent to you by Ilaria, by Otgan, by myself. As we get the information, we promise to send it to you.
That's great. And we don't have to fill the quarantine form too if we're vaccinated in Canada?
We only need to, so if you are already in Canada, you have to fill out the Nova Scotia Safe Check-in form. This is all it's required. If you're coming from outside of the country and you're just transiting to the port of entry, but your final destination is Nova Scotia, you have to fill out 3 forms: ArriveCan app, Nova Scotia Safe Check-in form, and the iSent app. But not if you're coming from within Canada, you just have to stick with a provincial form.
That is great. All right, any other questions? We're going to take a couple more and we're going to do fun and close. I reached Canada a week back, exempted from quarantine. If I wanted to get tested volunteer, where can I get tested? That's a really good question.
Yeah, so if you're quarantine exempted, you could have been tested even if you have wanted at the airport. This could be one side for students, but don't go there. There's no need. I will find more information. I will put them in the chat, because honestly, I don't know exactly where you can be tested. It's my understanding that we're closing the testing big clinics and we're just using some testing sites. So I need to find them, but they're still really accessible. Just need to find the list.
Great. Okay. So is our beautiful Jen online? Hello, Jen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I know we have some online components as of today and during the fall. Full-time students will attend to campus how many hours a week? Irene is asking. Jenny or Ilaria?
I'm sorry, I missed it. So I know we have some online components.
Checking some stuff.
Yes, every course, every program is as that I'm aware of is scheduled for on campus. There are some components. There may be a class or two that will be online, but each and every student must be here in Nova Scotia at their campus to start their classes. As I'm aware, every program has an on-campus component. We cannot start you online if you cannot arrive from home country. You must be here in Nova Scotia. If you have a particular question about your program, or if you believe I'm in error, please contact your international advisor, either Mike, Farhana, or myself, or any one of them. I'll put my email here in the chat to double check. But as I'm aware, you must be here in Nova Scotia to start all of your programs, even though it may have a small online component.
That's great. I'm here at Nova Scotia, just still looking for a house. Okay. Do you want to give a last tip, Valeria? How if I have to find housing and they're just in Nova Scotia,
yes.
and then we will
Yes,
do. After that, we'll do Jen fun section and then do the lucky draw, and we'll close the session.
Yes, I can just at this point share the resources. I have spoken a lot with the students, so I do know the situation is just I'm going to put some resources again, webinars, social media, all the things that you can do. You're probably doing nothing wrong. It's just that it takes time to look for housing. I'm going to put more resources so on the chat.
Okay, Jen.
Okay, thanks for the questions. Thank you, Ilaria and Jenny. Okay, guys, so for the fun part, we're going to play. Can you see the screen? Outgun, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to guess the zoomed in picture. So just type in the chat, what is that picture? Okay, so for the prize, it's just bragging rights and some eye exercise because you're gonna guess. So the first one is this. Can you just guess what this is? So for clue, all of the pictures is related to Canada. So just type in. Are they typing? Outgun because I can't see.
Yeah, they say beaver.
Beaver.
Just give them with beaver.
Okay, so let's
Lots
see.
of beaver. Lots of beaver.
Yes, it's a beaver. So it's so cute. I haven't seen one, but yeah, I bet they're really cute. Next is this one. I think this is easy because you already know what.
Okay, give them a few seconds.
This is very famous. Canada is very known for this.
Maple, they say maple leaf, maple syrup. Yeah, I was thinking maple syrup. Yeah, maple leaf, maple leaf, maple leaf.
Yeah, it's maple syrup. So
Nice.
it's really good.
Yum, yum.
So next is this one. So apparently all of the provinces have this animal except one.
There's deer, there's moose.
So
Lots of moose.
answer is, if you answer moose, that's correct. So they're very large. Yeah, they're very large animals. So next is this one. Put the first name and the last name.
It looks like my boyfriend's eyes. I don't know.
What's the answer?
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, everybody's saying Justin.
Yep, he's the Prime Minister of Canada. He looks so stressed. Yeah, after because of the pandemic. Last one would be this.
Oh, I know that.
So it's kind of related to the first one.
Justin Bieber. Everybody's saying Justin. Justification Bieber.
Yeah, that's right. So that's it. Wow, you guys are so good.
You guys are like on it. Nice job. Yay. Good job. Okay, so thank you, Jen. I'm going to do the lucky draw now. So I downloaded all your attendance reports. So I'm just going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, Jen?
Yep, I can see it now.
Okay, so this is all of our attendance right now. Okay, so I'm going to copy and put it here. So we have $50 Irvin gift card, which is like for if whoever's gonna drive need gas, and on $25 Sobeys. So when whoever's winner, we email you, send you an email asking which one you want. You need a Canadian address. If you're not in Canada yet, then just let us know when you arrive. We'll keep it for you. So once you give me the address, then Ashley mails it to you, so you'll receive it in your mailbox, a little cute gift card. So